Hey, what's up everyone? Motorized Pariah coming at you with my new video series called How Can I Play That? This series is devoted towards learning about accessible gaming and some of the tools and tricks that I use. I have a mobility impairment, a physical disability, which provides me with a lot of challenges with certain games. So welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you subscribe and follow. We're going to do a lot of episodes with different games, different techniques, different tools, and different voice commands. So let's get to it. One of the reasons I started this stream or this channel, I've been playing video games my whole life. I grew up in a time when, really was the dawn of home consoles. I remember my first Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Over the years, and as my mobility changed, as did my ability to play certain games. But mostly I use PC gaming. Well, not mostly, I pretty much exclusively use PC gaming. But I wanted to take this series and really focus on how I do it, and basically try and help people who have disabilities to learn how they can do it as well. So that's what the series is about. The first game we're going to look at is Elden Ring. The reason I chose this game is sort of twofold. One, I really enjoy it, but it is really hard. It's really hard to play. It's that's the From Software, who are the game developers. That's sort of their thing, right? They make games that are really challenging, and make no excuses about it. So you either get good, as they say, or you don't. No, And while the game is challenging as far as content and play, the actual controlling system isn't that bad with the right tools. So that's why I wanted to start there. I am by no means an Elden Ring expert. I mean, I enjoy the game. No, you son of a... Oh, you f***ing bitch. Oh, I play it pretty well. I've beaten it a few times. I'm on, New Game Plus 3 or something like that. But I do enjoy the game, and we'll have some fun together. So before we start playing, I'm just going to describe my setup a little bit to give you an idea. I use a USB touchpad. I also use a microphone, which you can see, a nice microphone, which I use for all my voice commands and dictation. And then finally, I don't have it in camera yet, but I will shortly. With games that require use of a joystick, I use an Xbox controller, and I have it mounted in front of my face. As I lost my ability to use my hands, I had to rely more on my voice. So for those of you who are familiar with some voice softwares, that meant drag and dictate, drag and naturally speaking, for anyone with limited mobility. However, the software was not really invented for gaming. About 6 months ago or so, I learned about a program called VoiceAttack. So what we're going to do today is we're going to demonstrate some macros with Elden Ring. And these are going to be some very simple keystrokes. So hey, why don't we get to it and start killing some stuff? Okay everyone, as promised, here we are. I've got a controller in front of my face. We're going to play some Elden Ring. I'm going to show you some sort of basic macros, or commands, I should say, that'll help you with gameplay. And I'm going to show you how it breaks down with the VoiceAttack software. So you can see that I will be able to move around using a joystick, of course. And the first macro, or the first command I'm going to show you. So the first command is exit. Now while that's open, I'm going to open up something else. I'm going to show you the VoiceAttack command windows. So this is your primary window. This is where you would select your profiles. You can make different profiles if you want. So let's open this up. The macros that we're working with. So the one that I just used was exit. Right, so let's scroll and find that one. How this works, so we'll double click on exit. And you can see there, I know if you're looking on your phone, you're not going to be able to see all this detail. That's fine. I'm just going to explain the basics. So basically it opens up a panel that allows you to choose what you want that command to do specifically. So here I have it pressing the escape key. If we double click on that, it will open up the actual another panel that you can choose. You know, what do you want to press the key down? Do you want to hold it? Do you want to just turn it off and on? Which key do you want it to be? So there's a lot of that going on here. And then the next one is go back. There we go. So you see there, basically what it does is it's the same as pressing the back key. So depending how your key binding is, in this case it would be the letter Q, right? But it's just to get back in menu. So you can see that I'm sprinting by holding down the touchpad, basically like holding down left mouse button. I do have a macro for that. We'll do it later. Now this is a really interesting one that I've written, and the history of it is that I want to interact with the object, right? Basically, if it's a lever or something I want to grab off the ground or get on something. So I used to say interact, but the problem was interact was a word that sounded a lot like attack. It sounded a lot like a lot of other words. And with voice attack, you know, it is important to use distinctive sounding words, otherwise it gets muddled, especially in the heat of battle. So the word that I came up with here, because I wanted to sound like its own thing, like no other, is doo-doo. Yeah, I know, it's childish. I know. Doo-doo. So, go back. Alright, so let's do that auto run. So obviously in the game, if you press the W key to go up, or you can use the joystick if you're using joystick. But let's say I want to go for a long distance and I don't really want to keep holding the joystick up. I can say auto run. And see how it just keeps moving. And the reason is stop running. Right? The reason is I programmed the command to hold down the W key, and then when I say stop running, it releases the W key. So now I'm facing my character, and I want to be facing forwards. So I wrote a command called front. And there we go. So let's move on. So here's our first bad guy. Target. So we're going to backstab this one. We're going to sneak up behind it, and then we're going to do we're going to execute our command for a single strike. Strike. Front. Now we got somebody here. Now I made this a warrior because I wanted to demonstrate. We have a shield. Shield up. Alright. Shield is up. Shield down. Alright, how do I want to do this? Why don't we do a heavy attack? So I'm going to actually say the word heavy, which is the command for heavy attack. Heavy. Camera up. Jump attack. Strike. Alright. So let's exit for a second. Exit. And I'm going to bring up the voice command window, voice attack window. I want to show you jump attack. So I know you can't really see it, but I'll tell you what's there. So the first command is to press the K key, which for me is bound to the jump action. So just to tap it, and then pause for 0.1 second. So why that pause? So the pause is instrumental, because if I just did jump and attack right away, it wouldn't work. It needs that slight little pause in between the two for it to be able to work. So I'll just show you that again. So it's going to jump, it'll pause, briefly, and then come down with that down strike. Target. Jump attack. So obviously I had jump attack, which by extension means I have jump. 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 Jump attack. Heavy. That's right. Target. Strike. Strike. So, the beauty thing is, and we'll do this in the next video, is you can get some complex chains, right? So you can do 2-3 strikes in a row. You can target, jump attack, heavy, camera up. All right. So remember our interaction command, do. Strike. Strike. Heavy. Really? Potion. Strike. Strike. Heavy. Strike. Damn it. Potion. Strike. 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 Jeez Louise. I swear it was my first time playing the freaking game. So there you go. Some quick and essential commands demonstrated in battle. And not much of a battle, mind you, but a battle nonetheless. Alright. Alright, well there you go. A lot of fun. Obviously, you know, it's the beginning of the game. We weren't doing a whole lot of complex gameplay. But the idea was to just do an intro into some of the important macros that we're going to be using throughout. Obviously, we'll develop more as we go. But there was just the starter. But I think this was a really good beginning. Elden Ring, like I said, it's a hard game. But from a controlling perspective, it's actually not too bad. And it can be done. Right? Every game is different. Every game is going to have its own challenges, its own barriers, its own unique setup. It usually takes me a good 3 to 4 hours before I can even start playing a game, to be honest. By the time I review and do the key mapping and write the different commands and macros, it takes a while. Then even when I'm playing, oftentimes throughout the game, I have to, you know, tweak things, write new commands, all sorts of stuff. But that's all right. It's worth the payoff, right? We get to play great games. I'm really looking forward to the next episode so we can really dive deeper into some more complex macros and commands. You know, maybe a series of commands that result in a complex spell being cast. We're also going to take a look at some of the in-game options and setup options, because a lot of our gameplay starts with things that are natural in the game. Now, Elden Ring doesn't have quote-unquote accessibility features like some games do, but there are things that you can do in the menu that actually set us up for success. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. I'm really excited about this series. I think that it's going to be beneficial not only for people who have various challenges to address, but also just for gamers in general. I think that the VoiceAttack software, especially that I use, as well as some of the other accessibility features in games, actually make gameplay easier and more fun and improved. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Twitch, watch some of my live game streams, that'd be awesome, at Motorized Pariah on Twitch. If you have any suggestions for games that you want me to take a look at, maybe games I've played before, or you have any comments about this video, please leave them below. And until next time, hey, listen, if I can play it, you can play it.